Hello, sixth grade. So today, as we continue preparing for our PBI assessment, we are going to go over writing expressions and equations. So first, I have the guided notes to fill out on the board right now. I'm going to keep going, so pause this video so you can copy down the notes. All right, so the first part of this worksheet is constructive response. And the first one says 8 less than the product of a number and 10. So we see that word product, which is one of our keywords at the top. I know that I need to do that first. I'm going to do the product of a number and 10 first. When you see one of those 4 words, do that part first. So I have the product of a number and 10. I know a number just means n, and product means multiplication, as it says on the top. So I can do n times 10. I also know that a number next to a variable means multiplication. So I can just do 10n. And remember, I always put my product in parentheses. Now it says 8 less than that product. That means I'm taking 8 away from that product, so it goes at the end. If I was saying the product of 10 and a number less than 8, 8 would go in the front. So 8 goes in the back. So 8 less than the product of 10 and a number. So it'll be 10n minus 8. For number 2, we have twice the sum of a number and 25 is 50. So I look up the top, I see that sum is one of my keywords again, and that means addition. So I'm going to do that part first since it's one of my keywords. And it says the sum of a number and 25. So that'll be n plus 25. Because it's one of those 4 words, which means the answer to an addition problem, I need to find the answer, so I'll put it in parentheses so that when I solve it, I know to find the answer first. Now it says twice that sums. Twice means 2 times, so I can put a 2 in front. But I still have more, because it says twice the sum of a number and 25, which I already have, so twice the sum of a number and 25 is 60. I forget what is means, so I'm going to look up at the top. Is means equals, because you're finding something is something else. Something equals something else. So twice the sum of a number and 25 equals 60. So we have 2 parentheses n plus 25, close parentheses, equals 60. All right. I'm going to let you guys try those last 2 constructive response on your own, and I'm going to do one of the multiple choice. So the first multiple choice says, which expression represents 10 less than twice d? So 10 less than, that means I'm taking 10 away from something. So that means it goes at the end. So it's 10 less than. And what I'm taking 10 away from is twice d. I think in my head to the problem that we did at the beginning, I remember twice means 2 times. So it would be twice 10 less than 2 times d. Or sorry, it says 16 less than. So 16 less than 2 times d. I look at my answers and I see that A also represents 16 less than twice d. So the answer would be A. All right, so go ahead. You have 5 more problems you can do on your own, 6 more problems you can do on your own, and then you have the review at the back. I do want to go over the one review question for adding and subtracting fractions because I know we all had a lot of trouble on it yesterday. So the one I want to go over is 5 over 12 minus 1 over 3. So the first thing I need to do is convert all numbers to fractions. But in this problem, both my numbers are already fractions. So now I need to find the least common denominator. So I'll roll my multiples on the side. I have 3, 6, 9, 12, 15 for 12. I have 12, 24. I can stop because I already see one in common. So my least common denominator is going to be 12. This means that both of my fractions need to have a denominator of 12. But I see here that this fraction already has a denominator of 12. So this one stays 5/12. But I cannot subtract or add unless I have the same denominator. So I can't do anything until I make the denominator of 1/3 equal to something over 12. So I need to multiply it by something. Times something equals something over 12. And I know whatever I multiply to the top, I also need to multiply on the bottom. So I think about, okay, what do I have to multiply 3 by to get to 12? I know that 3 times 4 equals 12. So I make that 4. But I can only multiply a fraction by the same thing on the top and the bottom if I want to keep it equivalent. So that means I have to multiply it by 4 on the top as well. Otherwise, it's no longer an equivalent fraction. And I'm trying to find an equivalent fraction that has 12 as a denominator. So I multiply 1 times 4. 1/3 is equal to 4 over 12. I can see that that's equal by simplifying. If I divide both by 4, I'll end up with 1/3 again. So I know that 1/3 is equal to 4 over 12. So I'm going to change 1/3 to 4 over 12. Then I'm going to keep my denominator the same when I subtract. Subtract my numerators, and I'll get 1. So my answer is 1/12. All right, go ahead and try the rest on your own. Good luck, and let me know if you have any questions.